Guys, let's get into this NFL Week 8 card. I have an absolute banger. It's a 5-star, the very first 5-star play I am posting on this YouTube channel. I will get into it shortly, guys. It's a play I obviously absolutely love. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. There's not too many games on this NFL Week 8 slate that I love. As you can see, I'm posting this video a little bit early, guys. I'm trying to get my NFL and college football bets out a little bit earlier. I've been banging NFL and college football the entire season, guys. I have my very first 5-star play, which I'll get into just here in a bit. Let's start with a game that does intrigue me that I don't have a bet on. I see a lot of people jumping on this side. I do kind of like it, but I'm not betting it myself. Let's start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, guys, this is a division rival. These two teams over the years have played some absolute classics, especially the games in New Orleans, which this game is. With that said, guys, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off an abysmal performance at Detroit on Monday night. This is a significantly inferior opponent that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be going up against. The Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield, who in my opinion up until this past Monday night was an MVP consideration. He was one of the best performing players in the entire NFL, especially at the quarterback position. But there was nothing that Baker could do on Monday night with the ferocity of that front four in Detroit. That defensive line in Detroit dominated that game on Monday night. Make no mistake about it. I didn't anticipate it being that type of bloodbath, but the Detroit Lions won that game going away. Moving in to this week, facing the New Orleans Saints, you do not have a defense anywhere near the level of Detroit in New Orleans. This is a team in New Orleans that is not very good. Offensively, they're middle of the pack, probably below middle of the pack. Defensively, they're also below middle of the pack. When you're talking about Baker, I don't think Bucky is coming back this week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, Mike Evans is lost. But that Buccaneers pass attack, especially that quick passing game with Baker Mayfield, I think is going to have too much for the New Orleans Saints to deal with. The reason why I'm not taking this game, and I mentioned it just a moment ago, these two teams, especially in New Orleans, typically put up instant classics. And these are games that are oftentimes shootouts. And I know these are two different teams right now, Spencer Rattler and Kellen Moore. First-year Kellen Moore really haven't gotten that team going just yet. So if there is a side here where one of these two teams is going to take the other team to the woodshed, it's probably the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However, I just see too many people looking at this game and thinking that there is no way for the New Orleans Saints to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers problems. And that's just not the case. Again, while I do lean for the Buccaneers to win this game, the edge, in my opinion, isn't strong enough for me to lay 4 points on the road, considering all the injuries the Buccaneers have, considering how poorly that offensive line looked. And I know I mentioned it already, the New Orleans Saints don't offer anywhere close to the defensive capabilities that the Detroit Lions offer. But what we saw on Monday night really has me tapping the brakes significantly on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team right now with all the injuries that they're dealing with. What I'm telling you is I do lean to Tampa Bay. If you're forcing me to make a pick, I make Tampa Bay. But essentially what I'm telling you, guys, which I do every single week, is tap the brakes, reconsider this position on the Buccaneers, probably stay away from this game entirely. A game that I like a little bit more than that, but it's not my 5-star banger, is the Green Bay Packers -3 on the road at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk about these two teams in general here. You're talking about an elite NFC contender in the Green Bay Packers. If the Packers aren't the class of the NFC, they're definitely a top 2 or 3 team. You're looking at Philly, you're looking at maybe Detroit, and you're looking at Green Bay Packers. You can rank those 1, 2, 3 however you want. I wouldn't argue with you no matter how you decided to rank those 3 teams. In my opinion, there is no team outside of those 3 that are on that level. We saw what the Buccaneers did last week. They're now a tier below that level. You can talk about the Rams. You can talk about the 49ers, especially the 49ers with all those injuries. If you want to throw the Rams in there, I probably wouldn't argue with you. But the 49ers, with all their injuries, I think they're playing above their level, which we're going to see them probably come down to earth here just a little bit. The Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're talking about an NFC that's significantly better than the AFC, mind you, are not a contender in the AFC. This is not a top 2 or 3 team, top 4 team in the AFC. Yes, they're on top of their division. Are they the caliber of the Buffalo Bills? No. Are they the caliber of the Kansas City Chiefs? No. I'm not going to throw the Indianapolis Colts in the caliber of those first 2 teams that I just mentioned just yet. But the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't even as good as the Indianapolis Colts. You're getting the Green Bay Packers, an elite team in the entire NFL. Offensively, as good as anybody. Defensively, can definitely get after the passer with Micah Parsons. Very good unit. You're getting the Green Bay Packers at a price here at -3 that, in my opinion, is just too hard to turn down. This is probably a line that should be closer to 4, 4.5. 4.5 might be stretching it, but definitely more than 3, 3.5, 4, I think would be a fair price. And when you're looking at these 2 teams, and you're looking at the price that you're getting, in my opinion, it's just too hard to stay away from the Packers in this spot when they only have to win by a field goal. A field goal pushes here. I'm not afraid of losing that. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to end up winning this game. I think you have a coaching advantage in Green Bay. You definitely have a quarterback advantage in Green Bay. And then the defenses are probably similar at the moment right now. The Packers have played a tougher schedule as well. And I think you're going to see the Steelers come back down to earth just a little bit here over the course of the next couple of weeks. They've beaten a lot of really, really bad teams recently. We saw a Seattle Seahawks team go into Pittsburgh and mop the floor with them. And Green Bay is a better team than Seattle. Maybe not by a ton, because Seattle's a good team. They're probably in that pack with the Rams, the 49ers, right around that level below the Green Bay Packers. But the Packers are better than the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks mopped the floor with the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. This is my second favorite play of the week, guys. I'll give you the official bet on Sunday, whether it's -3, whether it's money line, whether I buy it down to -2.5. I like all of them. I haven't bet it yet myself. I'm releasing this video prior to me actually betting this. But this will be an official 2-star bet. We're going to just mark it down right now for the Green Bay Packers, 2-star, -2.5. I'll buy it down to -2.5. Thank me later. Cash this ticket on Sunday night. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not winning this game. Let's move on, guys, to my very first 5-star bet ever on YouTube that I'm releasing. And it just so happens to be in the NFL. Guys, this is a no-brainer. This is a game that I look at from a bird's eye view, and this is going to be a double-digit win. The Chicago Bears on the road at the Baltimore Ravens. The fact that this game is at 6.5 is a blessing in disguise. I understand why it's at 6.5. You got the Bears on a 3-game winning streak. Mind you, they've beaten absolute trash. They beat Vegas on the road by blocking a field goal last second. They beat the Skins on the road because Jaden Daniels decides to fumble the ball away on a zone read to give the Bears the ball back, and the Bears win with the game-winning field goal at the end of the game. A bad Commanders team, mind you that. Then they beat the New Orleans Saints, a terrible Saints team at home in Chicago. I don't want to take too much away from the Bears, okay? Ben Johnson is doing a good job. Caleb Williams is an improving player. We're seeing the best football from him right now under Ben Johnson, which many people expected. Fair play to the Bears. But tap the brakes on the Chicago Bears love right now. This is a different animal they're going up against. I know we have faded the Ravens in weeks past, but this is a 1-5 Ravens team. This is a sleeping giant, guys. This Ravens team, week 1, put up 40 in Buffalo against the Bills. Had the Bills beat in Buffalo. They also gave that game away. Week 2, put up 40 points against the Browns, if I'm not mistaken. We saw them get taken to the woodshed by Kansas City and by the Detroit Lions. But guys, this opponent is not Kansas City and it's not the Detroit Lions. This is a Bears defense that isn't any good. And guess what? The reigning 2-time NFL MVP is back. Lamar Jackson is back. We saw this Ravens defense 2 weeks ago, which I haven't talked about just yet, play significantly better against the LA Rams at home. They ended up losing the game, but they gave up 17 points. This is an ascending defense, which is what we need to see, because a shootout here doesn't do us any good. But guess what? With Lamar Jackson back, this team is putting up a minimum of 30 to 35 points this week, if not 40. This Bears defense is not good. They're not good at all. They've been playing better recently, yes, against significantly weaker opponents than what this Ravens offense has to offer when Lamar Jackson is at the helm. When Lamar Jackson has been playing, this offense has been stellar this season. They've gone toe-to-toe with everyone they've faced when Lamar has been healthy. When Lamar hasn't played, we've seen the worst of this Ravens team. Offensively, obviously, without Jackson at the helm, and also defensively. But as I mentioned, this team hasn't played in 2 weeks. They have a bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for a significantly inferior opponent. This is a team that's 1-5. Their season is on the line. There is no way whatsoever the Baltimore Ravens lose this game. It's a 5-star banger. It's the play of the week. You can probably consider it a game of the year type of play. It's not official game of the year type of play. My game of the years are 10 stars, but this is very, very close to approaching 10-star, because after 5-star, there is no 6, 7, 8, 9-star. After 5, there's a 10-star. This is a 5-star banger, guys. Take the Ravens minus 6.5. I'm going to be betting the Ravens on parlays, on money lines, minus 6.5. Every single which way possible, I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens this weekend. It's a sleeping giant, guys. This Ravens team knows their back is against the wall. If they want to make any type of push to salvage their season and make the playoffs, it starts this weekend against the Chicago Bears. You're going to see Harbaugh be aggressive. They're always aggressive anyways. They're going to be aggressive. They're not going to take the foot off the gas. They're going to have to put points on the board. Their defense is going to play better. This is going to be a shellacking. I would be shocked if this isn't a double-digit victory for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm betting it, as I mentioned to you guys, every single which way possible. Minus the points on the money line, buying the points down. They're going to win this game going away by double digits. I'm probably even going to, and I'll release this as an official play here right now, parlay. Watch my other video on the World Series preview. Ravens money line against the Bears. Los Angeles Dodgers minus 215 to win the World Series. Parlay them together. You can get it at even money right now. It's the best parlay you can construct at this moment in time when I make this video. Every single sport taken into consideration, the two best bets that you can conjure up as a parlay and put them together is the Dodgers to win the World Series and the Ravens to win on Sunday against the Chicago Bears on the money line. You can even lay the 6.5 if you want, but my official play, a 2-star parlay, Ravens money line, Dodgers to win the World Series. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's a 5-star, for sure banger on Sunday. I will catch you guys on Monday to review my Ravens 5-star pick, but I'll be back before then with more videos and more picks for college football.